We're back. Coach's Show with Coach Tommy Tice. Coach, we just talked about the big victory at Morrilton, what a big win it is. And there's another one this week staring us in the face that we need to get in there.
Well, that's true, Jim. And I tell you what, it's a great opportunity. And with great opportunities, especially in this life, there's great, you have to pay a big price. And certainly a victory over Valonia will be a big prize that will require a big price to be paid by our young men. They have a fine football team. They got beat last week about as bad as we did by Greenwood. Greenwood's got things rolling again down there. We knew they had a great team. I guess they just had to be woke up by Siloam Springs. I don't know. But anyway, Valonia comes to town. All I know is we went out. We're going to playoffs. Nothing I'd like better for this group, especially our seniors, to get to experience that. It's also going to be senior night, and so much is owed to these seniors. 19 of them that have stayed with us and worked hard, set a great example for their teammates to go by. Very unselfish group, done everything that we have asked of them to do, and I just really appreciate them a lot, as I do their parents. We're going to honor their parents, also not just the seniors, but the parents of the seniors in a pregame ceremony before the ball game at Garrison Stadium this Friday night against Valonia. And, parents, gosh, I don't know what to say, but thank you so much. I know that my parents paid a high price for me to get to be a ball player. The late suppers, the washing of the uniforms, picking them up late after practice, bringing them early to practice, all those things. And then, it's cost a little bit to go watch them play on the road, right. And things like that. Just like down at Morrilton the other night, we had a big crowd there. And it was homecoming for them, but we had about a bigger crowd there as they did. And so thank you so much to the seniors, and also thank you so much to our seniors and our parents, because the combination of the two, lots of times, not everybody gets to be the star, and it's amazing what you can get done when nobody cares who gets the credit. And I can honestly say this is one of the most unselfish groups of seniors that I've ever had the pleasure of coaching here at Harrison, Arkansas. They have just been an outstanding group, done everything that we've asked them to do. Like I say, I told them when we started it'd be a roller coaster ride. There'd be really high highs and low lows, and you just got to come back from all of it. And hopefully we've been able to pass along things that they can use in their lives to go on after this season's over, to be better citizens, to be a great human being here in our community, a great father or a great businessman, whatever they choose to do in their lives. And we got the greatest laboratory for citizenship that there is, and hopefully that we've been able to pass some of these things along. But they have been a great group. Glad we're getting to honor them and their parents Friday night before we play Valonia, which should be a great ball game. Our kids are so excited about the opportunity to play. That this ball game means so much. Valonia does have a very good football team, as anybody does. In our league. Knowles, the quarterback, and Sachs, the fullback, are two outstanding players. But I guarantee you, our kids will compete, and, it'll be a game of mistakes. And hopefully we'll cut out more and more of our mistakes, and they'll make more of theirs. But we really look forward to it. It ought to be great. We're also, Jim, we're going to introduce all of our football players in junior high, and they've had good years. Our seventh grade lost only a couple ball games. 8th grade's lost one. 9th grade has had a great year, lost 2 ball games. So we're going to introduce them also before the contest. And, it's going to be a great night. A lot of people get to say thank you to a lot of people that we owe a lot to.
Well, a lot of people involved, like you said. Football program in Harrison involves many more than just these the senior high Goblins. It's the junior high teams. Last week, last home game honored the Pee Wee program. Right. They walked out on the field, and it's a great time of year. It's coming to a close. I want to challenge people to get out and watch the Goblins. A great game. The offense is clicking right now. Look good against Morrilton. That's fun to watch. Valonia brings an interesting offense that we don't get to see very often, do we?
Don't get to see that very often. I'm glad we don't. But we seem to play well against it. As most people that have watched games in the 5A West and know about Valonia, you're going to see 2 distinctly different offenses that we don't see much of. And one of them is that 2 tight end and 2 double wings. They got the crisscross and a double handoff, and you'll think you know where the ball is, and you'll no, it's not there. And then also they're going to run a wishbone, true wishbone, but it's going to be a slot wishbone with 2 split ends, 2 wing backs in the slots, fullback back there. Fullback's Mr. Sachs. He's a dandy, knows the quarterback. Everything's going to revolve around those 2 guys, so we got to take those 2 guys out of the game. But you're right, that double wing T, where they hand it off to one guy here and he hands it off there, and it's all behind an offensive line that's foot to foot and cheek to cheek, and it's going to be a great test. But like I said before, the prize is getting in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, the prize is big, so the price is big. Goblins are going to have to be where they're supposed to be, doing what they're supposed to be doing. Just do it as hard as you can do. Do what the coach asks you to do, and things generally work out. And the thing about football, it's all about together. There's nothing in football that's individual. It is the consummate team game. And so you've got to forget about yourself and what's good for yourself and start worrying about what's good for everybody else. And I see a lot of that in our team, and that's led by our seniors and our assistant coaches, and they've all done a good job. I'm very, very proud of them. But it's all about doing it together. And I'll tell you what, them old little defensive linemen, little Gray Gomez, 185 pounds, Eric Mitchell, 195 pounds, guess what, fellas? They're bigger than we are. Again,
Yeah.
I told Ray, I said, Ray, guess what about the game Friday night? He said, Coach, you going to tell me they're bigger than I am? I said, you got it, Ray. That's exactly right. They're going to be bigger. So we're going to have to play leverage. We're going to have our pads under their pads. Our feet can never die, and we're going to have to want it more than they want it.
Yeah, looking forward to it, Coach. As we've said before, we really want the crowd to come out. The kids feed off that crowd. If we can have a big bunch in the stands. I know there's pregame activities. I think I saw a memo that came around starting maybe at 5:30, 6 o'clock. Windstream's doing a big pregame thing, and they're going to have games for the younger kids. So get on out there early, get a good seat, and watch a good product on the field.
Well, it's going to be a great game. But we got lots of things, and we've had great crowds. Golly, we've had great crowds, and the fans have supported us so well. We just needed one more time.
Yeah.
We just needed one more time. We need to inspire that defense to bring us turnovers, inspire that offense to finish off drives, and dominate the kicking game. And nothing does that more than if the fans are excited. And there's some things I was going. The scoreboard now has got some things going on, where it leads cheers, and I hope we'll get the stands involved and responding to the scoreboard. But Bologna called; they want 150 chairs for their band. They're coming.
Ready.
Bologna's coming because
Right.
it's big to them too. It's big to both schools. So we've got to put our best foot forward. It needs to be an enthusiastic one. It needs to be a shiny one, and things need to go right for us. And I think this ball club it's very deserving of an opportunity to get into the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's all about, and we invite you all to come out to FS Garrison Stadium this Friday night. Watch the Goblins in action against a quality team from Bologna. We thank you all for watching. Until next week when we discuss the big victory over the Bologna Eagles, I'm Jim Johnson for Coach Tom Tice. Thank you.